But, thinking of terrifying events, really makes me think of one guy. There's a historical figure in hip hop. And now that the man blind, he in jail, lost all his money, people use his names in raps and all that. But when Suge Knight had $300 million, they were terrified of this man.
Suge was shaking shit up. He was shaking shit.
Shaking or super shaking?
He was shaking shit.
The man goes, now I don't know, right? Because the theory is, I forget what movie it was. I think it was Bronx there where he said, I'd rather be feared than love. I used it in I Shot Ya, right? I'd rather be feared than love. Do you truly rather be feared than love in real life? Because this man was so feared that I don't know if I would feel good about myself. I went to an award show one time, and I ain't gonna talk about the Vibe Awards. That would. But I went to an award show.
That was the craziest shit, though.
I was there.
That's one of the first awards I ever got.
The Vibe Awards. You was there?
Yeah.
When Suge Knight walked in by himself. He scared the whole place with a cigar. You want to talk about that? Alicia Keys running back, she pulled me to the side. Because I told this story before. She was like, yo, bro. I was like, I worship you, Alicia, but you did run past me with the red dress. That Russell Simmons, niggas, all he did was walk in. Everybody ran out the whole shit. There was no violence yet. Everybody was running. Sis was like, yo, she don't appreciate how you put in the store. I said, no, she's my sister and I worship her, but she ran right past me with the red gown on. Like Russell Simmons was tumbling over. It was like the great white shark was in the building. They just let him out of jail. He walked in, he didn't have a gun. His shit was a cigar. He was like this. The whole fucking awards. And I wasn't even talking about that because I don't want to go into that one, right? But matter of fact, I felt, right, because I'm only there with my wife. I think I'm there with Armageddon, Tony. I wasn't there with the goons. But it felt like Saving Private Ryan or something. Like when you see the guy in the middle of a war zone and somebody's standing there and everybody's running, getting, I'm standing there. I see Nori stood there, and it's just everybody was running for no reason. This is before the violence. This is like the minute they saw him. I'm talking about a whole nother time. I'm at a BET award or something. Then we go to the after. They got the restaurant that's open. Got 1,000 people in there. The whole industry. I'm not just talking about rappers. Was in there talking. It was loud. It was this. Next thing I know, the whole restaurant is quiet. And I turn around, the whole restaurant emptied out. It was us eating, and Suge Knight sat down in the table right next to us. Him just walking in the restaurant, the whole restaurant ran out the restaurant. It was like they were so shook at this dude. Everybody out there that, he was like, what up, big? For some reason, he would call me all the time, big homie. What up, big homie? I'm like, yo, what's up? Yo, this. Sat down, we ate our food. We left, and people were just terrified of him on sight. I'll tell you this story that Cool and Dre told me, right? So Cool and Dre, super producers, my brothers, Terror Squad, they went to LA for a BMI award. And when they went to LA for the BMI award, there was a line going in. So they stood online thinking that's the line to go in. So all of our favorite rappers and producers and all that was on that line. As they were going in closer and closer, they realized at the front of the line was Suge Knight. And everybody was taking off their earrings politely, their chains, their watches.
No way.
Okay.
No
Okay.
way.
Cool and Dre, they telling you, and I'm talking about, yo, listen, Kiss. Famous friends of ours you would never believe was on that line. Famous friends was voluntarily on that line running the jewels. And so the line wasn't to the front door, it was a line to Suge Knight. Give me your jury. So Cool and Dre looking, they like, they'll tell you they're not gangsters. They were like, okay, we figured we getting robbed. They got the TS chains on, their Rolex. They go up to the front. Suge Knight is like, ain't you them producers guys with Joey? And then he's like, yeah, you know, Cool and Dre. They was like, yo, you tell a big homie, man, it's all love, this and that. Just walk in, this. So they almost felt like they almost wanted to get robbed with everybody else because everybody else was looking at them like the fix was in, like they was down with the shit. Yo, I'm telling you, had any run-ins with Suge Knight? Did he try to like say, yo, can I sign you or some shit? Because
Suge called Sheik mom's crib when we was in like when we was young, right when the Bad Boy deal was on the table.
Oh, before you signed the Bad Boy, he heard that you were signing.
Somehow he heard, and we was in Sheik's crib watching Video Music Box, and Suge called his crib. Luch must have been like, hold on, coming, yo. It's fucking Suge on the phone. So we like, what? Then he like, I remember they said, yo, we want to sign. They never even heard us. They just must have, because Puff was about to sign us. So he like, yo, y'all could get on the red eye tonight with however many people you want to come over here with. I could fly out tonight, da-da-da-da. We thought about it. We was like, we can't do that. It wouldn't have been, when it was all said and done, it wouldn't have been a good look. It wouldn't have, might have worked for the men, but it probably wouldn't have worked overall for the, you know what I mean?
Nah,
you gotta represent over here.
You're absolutely right. You know,
but then after I got on, after you know, I'm in the game popping. Everywhere I would come, it's like, as soon as I get my bags from baggage claim, they was calling them. And everywhere I had to be, he was popping up. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't on no shit. He was just everywhere I was at. But he wasn't on no type of time. Definitely was. I think he already had a relationship with D and them, so he knew how I was gonna go down.
He did have a relationship with D.
Yeah, he had a relationship with her.
Yeah, he did. And he was cool with Irv, too. He was cool with a couple of people. Pistol Pete was hanging out in L.A. with him everywhere. Yo, these guys, this is crazy, man. These guys hang out together, right? This shit is nuts. Hip-hop. What made you get in the game? What let you know this is the reason you picking up a mic or you writing, you know, in on your paper?
And for me, when I was little, I was always breakdancing, doing shit. I was known on the block as I just was intrigued by hip-hop. In my uncle's room, like I said, listening to the Furious Five, and they used to have park jams in YO. I was sneaking in all of them joints. One time I went all the way across town to Black Heritage Day when I was little. My mom was gonna whip my ass, but she saw that I love hip hop so much. I ain't get in trouble, but I should have got how far I went and how young I was. I could have been dead right now. Hip hop saved my life for real, you could say. Cause she was gonna kill me. I was just sitting on the fucking hill looking at the niggas performing.
And what I say is that that's similar to me. I remember the first time I heard Eric B. and Rakim with the don't, and we went to what's called now where A Boogie and them is from, right? But at that time, it was on University Avenue. We had to take like 2-3 trains from the 5 and 2 to the 4. And then you get off at Burnside and you got to walk up that big ass hill.
Burnside.
There's one thing, you drive that hill. You walk that motherfucker. Oh my God. Like, it felt like the Warriors when you like, and so we on the other side. It's almost like being in California, you know, from where I'm from. At that time, we ain't on no car. We taking trains for hours. And that's where we saw the WAP for the first time. And they was playing that shit, boom, boom. And back in the days, you know, and we studying them and we trying to do the dance. We took that bitch back home. That next day we went to the Park Jam. They threw on that Eric B. and Rakim and we started doing the WAP. Yeah. And everybody started studying the WAP. I mean, you know, back in that day, it was more word of mouth.
Yeah, so the only way it is word of mouth or the phone with the spin back.
That made me think of an ill story, right? And so part of being a great storyteller is you tell your wins and you tell your losses. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to, if you know, you got to have the people tune in where they feel like they there, right? So I come from a project called Godsville, right? So also, it was like the Mecca of the 5%ers. So I was the God Crack Kim, great God Allah.
Yo.
Yo, I'm telling you what it is, right?
Crack Kim is crazy.
You gotta, listen. You gotta think.
What is this?
Listen. Yo, you gotta think. There's no other way to do it. You gotta think. Y'all, everybody go check out this movie. Back in the day, it's called Fresh. You gotta think Chucky.
Remember Fresh? Bust the funky dope move.
But think Chucky from Fresh. That's
He
Fat
live in Doss Ferry right now. We found it cause I ain't my man that's in Fresh, Fresh, he used to work out with us. He moved to Cali now. But when we got with him,
I gotta meet Chucky.
We didn't meet him, we just found him. He's in Doss Ferry.
So you ain't
Chucky, if you watch this show, come on in.
Yo, I gotta meet Chucky. So Fat Joe is Chucky for French. There's no way around. In real life, that's what he was. The fucking punishes. We busted stupid. That was just Joe. Always the guy starting in trouble. Always getting in trouble. Always trying to do too much. Always trying to wild out. Just every fucking time, right? And so I grew up. My projects. 90% black, 10% Puerto Rican. It is what it is. So the gods be in there, and I'm Chucky for Fresh. Like, yo, get the fuck up out of here. They building, trying to do the cipher. I'm saying ham, salami, and bacon. Or I'm fucking with everybody, right? So you got the gods from Section 5, Co-op City, Patterson Projects. All the gods know. They come to my projects. It was the Mecca, Godsville. And he was I was the annoying fat Puerto Rican nigga that would fuck with everybody. So he said, yo, you ain't God body, but you bear witness, God. The God crack. Yeah, I'm the God Crack Kim. Great God Allah. Y'all know it's right. So if you want the picture, this is what it is, right?